I am Mauricio Cardenas, a Senior Fellow and Director of the Latin America Initiative at the Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C. I'm going to be answering two questions. One, how is Latin America addressing the drug problem? And two, what is the current situation of the debate on legalization of drugs? We had a great debate here at the regional Latin American meeting of the World Economic Forum. There is a lot of discussion and debate on what's happening in Latin America, and I think the key word of today's panel is concern. In as much as Latin America is opportunity, because this is the decade and the region is growing very fast, it is also true that the region is facing tremendous threats from the drug organizations and from organized crime, and especially true in Central America. So the debate is how to best tackle the problem of drugs. And the key word, the main lesson of this conversation is that this cannot be the unilateral action of a neighborhood like a favela in Rio de Janeiro, or a city, or a state, or a national government. This requires international coordination, because the balloon effect is pretty much pervasive in this problem. You suppress the problem in one part, and it explodes in another part. So this requires international coordination. Now, on the topic of how to reach a solution, much of the emphasis now is on rebalancing counter-narcotics policies that have been too much tilted in the direction of efforts to reduce supply and little action in terms of reducing consumption. This is one important message, and treating consumption less as a criminal activity and more as a public health problem. On the issue of legalization, there was a big debate, arguments in favor and against, both from the grassroots organizations and from the perspectives that look at this at the supranational level. And the point is that unless voters move in a direction, it's going to be very hard for political leaders to take action. There is a lot of expectation on what's going to happen in the next, say, 2 years in the United States, as some states vote plebiscites and referendums or propositions on the issue of legalizing the consumption of marijuana. That could be a trigger to a broader discussion with ramifications into Latin America. But what looks at this point is that it's very unlikely that the debate will be initiated from Latin America on the issue of legalization. So the eyes are now put on the United States voters, and in particular on the voters of the state of California.